See this? I did that myself via cigarettes. So cool, right? So cool. Don't y'all wish you were me? Been so cool. Burn yourself with cigarettes. Like, I don't just smoke them. I use them against myself. I use them as a weapon to administer my self-hatred. So, I'm gonna fold my clothes. I turn on the disco ball.
Here, you should bring it down here so they can see it.
I want you guys to see some of my happiness. I get excited about things like this. Like, I know that it's not gonna, like, cure my depression. But, like, it just helps. It just helps having a disco ball, you know? It just spins around. Pretty colors everywhere, you know? That's all I want out of life, is just pretty colors. Maybe I should just drop more acid. I've only done that like twice. I probably make it sound like I've done way more hallucinogens than I actually have. I wish. Actually, no, I take that back. I don't wish.
I don't want to be like Brian Wilson.
That man's a genius. His brain is going bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Maybe they should give him more hallucinogens. Like, isn't that what they give, like, old people? Mushrooms?
Yeah, but that's to, like, ease them into death. I don't think he's dying yet. At least I hope not. I'll cry my eyes out.
Fife died, you guys. Pretty sad about that.
I mean, I was sad about Prince. Really sad about Bowie. It's weird, like, the stuff that matters to you. You know? Like, because, like, I had this roommate in college who at first hated my guts. But then, like, I confronted her. She was black. This black chick. And, like, when I confronted her, she just, like, totally changed her tune with me. And, like, I don't know. Shout out to Stephanie Keene. Haven't seen your ass in, like, what, like, 10 years? Something like that. Anyway, I thought about her the day that Prince died. Because she was obsessed with Prince. She actually saw him perform in concert, like, before he became, like, a Jehovah's Witness and all that bullshit. Like, back when he was playing his old songs. So, she got lucky. But, you know, it's like I thought about her, like, because, like, I love Prince, you know, but I don't love Prince the way that she loved Prince. And, like, everybody has that artist that they just, it's not just like, oh, I wish I was that, like, I wish I was this artist, I want to be this artist. It's just like, their music just means so much. It's like their whole world. And I got that, you know, with her. Because I wasn't really, like, that into Prince at the time. But, like, I just really respect people that, you know, they really love an artist. And I understand why people are obsessed with Prince. It's pretty understandable. Just, like, Prince is, like, one of those artists that, like, you know, if you're gonna get into him, you're gonna, like, really get into him. Because, like, he has so many albums because he was such a fucking genius that he was just constantly pouring out more and more of his creativity. And, you know, Bowie was like that. Lou Reed, Iggy Pop, still like that. It's really sad, though. Another person that I think was murdered. I think a lot of these people, like, It wasn't what they're saying it was. I know, I just sound fucking crazy. And yeah, you're right. I am a total Looney Tune. Do do do. But you know, I just think it's really weird that, you know, Prince was talking all kinds of hullabaloo, and then he dies. I don't know how people like don't see that this is like weird. I mean, like if you like talk about this kind of stuff, like you sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I'm telling you, like you should be a conspiracy realist because this stuff is actually happening right in front of you, and you're not paying any attention because you're too busy on your fucking phone. You know, if somebody got stabbed right in front of you, the only reason you notice it is so you could fucking document it, so you could be the one that, you know, documented that motherfucker getting stabbed at the Walmart. You know, nobody did shit about it because everybody was too busy fucking documenting it. You know, like that's what's gonna happen. Like any power that you try to give to society, like they're just gonna use it against themselves because they're so stupid. Like, just let them drown. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just let them drown. Shout out to my friend Travis. He used to say that all the time at Steak and Shake. He's probably the angriest person I've ever met in my life. But he's also like the hardest worker I think I've ever met. He was so fast. It's like he was on speed all the time, and it was crazy because he was on weed all the time, and he was still so angry and such a fucking spaz. Like the way that he works was just it's crazy. Like people said that I was like the fastest shake maker, and I was like, no, I'm not. Cannot take credit for that. Like anybody that saw that motherfucker work would be fucking astounded. But he was a good worker. Really awesome worker. Worked like 5 Mexicans. And I like had a crush on him. Because I feel like we understood each other in a way. But in another way, like, he just was kind of a dickhead. But yeah, he used to say that all the time. Let him drown. Pretty sure he was referring to, like, customers. Customers are fucking shit. You know, like, if you work at a restaurant, you know what I'm talking about. If you work in customer service, period, you know what I'm talking about. Like, God, and like in retail, I can't even imagine what you guys have to experience during the holidays. I like don't even leave my house during the holidays. It's just way too depressing. Because everyone's like, they're either like pissed off and impatient, or they're like in a really happy mood because they think they're supposed to be in a really happy mood because it's the holidays. I kill those people. And she wish those people would just start drinking and like never stop. Just keep drinking until you die. Do that, please. People are way too positive, you know? I'm not saying be negative all the time. Don't be like me. But we laugh though. We have a good time. People don't. I mean, hopefully people will start to see that and they're like, you know, it's not all gloom and doom. It's all kinds of other shit too, you know? You really should work on that. Gloom, doom, shoom, bloom, room, groom, froom, zoom, boom, loom, noom, joom. You should just make up a word. It's gloom and zroom. Zroom? Yeah. Zooming around a room. Zrooming. stupid. It's fucking stupid, but it doesn't matter how stupid it is. Like, that's the thing, like, if you live creatively like I do, you can say and do whatever the fuck you want to say and do, because it doesn't matter, because you're being fun, you're being artistic, you're being original. See, I just made up a word. Make up your words. Make up words you want to say. Like, I've made up a lot of slurs, because people get mad at me because I say the N-word too much. So, I don't even say it that much, I just say it enough to get noticed. But, what was I saying? Slurs. Oh, yeah, slurs. I came up with a slur for white people. Saltines. White, bland, and boring. White, bland, and boring. I hate saltines. Anyway. Let's see. Fag puss. A fag puss is a man that won't fuck his girlfriend on her period. You're too much of a pussy, so I'm gonna call you a fag. It's offensive for multiple reasons. Like, a lot of straight men have a major issue if you call them a faggot, because they don't like to be thought of as gay. And I mean, gay people don't mind being called a faggot because they know that they are. They're like, duh, honey. Who do you think you're calling a faggot? You know, like, that's why gay people are so funny, because they can take it, you know? The more stigmatized you are, the better off you'll be. Like, they'll, like, set you up for, like, how cruel the real world actually is all the time, no matter what. Anyway, so yeah, if you call a guy a fag puss, you're not only just calling him, like, a derogatory term about gay people, you're calling him a derogatory term about women. So, like, you know, most men are going to get offended by that. Like, they don't want to be called gay, nor do they want to be called a woman. But you're both, because you won't fuck me on my period, all because I'm bloody fag puss. So yeah, if you're a girl and you have a boyfriend or any guy in your life, and like you tell me you're on your period, and like, hey, let's fuck, and he's like, I don't know about that. You can call him a fag puss, and you can tell all of his friends that he's a fag puss, and make sure to tell everybody that you know that that motherfucker's a fag puss, and that he won't fuck you on your period. Anyway. I really hope this stuff doesn't go up there. I just really don't want it to ruin your life. Dude, I came up with another, like, slur. It was, like, so great. I don't remember what it was, though. It was really funny. You should come up with some more slurs for white people. Yeah, for sure. That's my homework. More white people slurs. What's totally white? What's something that white people do that are... Granola. Hey, what's up, granola? That's good. That's more for, like, Dole Foods kind of people. You know, like, people that shop at Dole Foods that think that they're, like, doing the right thing. They're like, I'm being environmentally conscious. I shop at Dole Foods. I drive a Prius. I'm a faggot. I'm a faggot that votes for Bernie Sanders and acts like some, like, weird politician's gonna change the world. Like, politicians are fucking evil. Like, every single one of them. They're all liars. Donald Trump's not a liar, though. No, he's not. He's just doing it, man. He just is like, he's fucking nuts. He just says exactly whatever's on his mind. It's kind of cool. People are saying he's bipolar, but he's obviously not bipolar. I think he's borderline. He lashes out. Hello? He's moody as fuck, too. I'm sure he's cool on some level. You just haven't seen that yet, America. They'll still voted him in, though. I mean, he's smart enough to realize, like, how stupid people are and how susceptible they are to, like, his ideas. So, like, if you hate him, just remember that, like, he's pretty smart to realize, like, how dumb society is for freaking out that, like, their guns are gonna get taken away, or, like, the Mexicans are gonna, like, take over and shit. Like, he's smart enough to know, like, that, yeah, most Americans are really, like, xenophobic and retarded. Like, he's just exposing that. He's exploiting it. That's what he's doing. He's a genius for that. So I guess just, like, watching from, like, the sidelines, like, I just don't give a fuck. And people think that's wrong, that I don't give a fuck, and that I really should give a fuck, and that, like, you know, I was scolded because I didn't vote. And I'm like, I would never vote for that Nazi cunt. So I don't vote anymore, period. Like, I just don't believe in it. I don't agree with this two-party system that we have. Because there's no way that you're going to vote in, like, the Green Party or an independent. Like, that's just not going to happen. America's too, like, one-sided, you know? Like, I see the same thing happening with, like, sports. It's like sports, politics, religion. Do it with music. They do it with TV shows. I mean, everything's a competition, you know? That's why they have, like, award shows and, like, people can't just make art. You know, like, even art is fucking competitive. If art's competitive, like, anything, everything's gonna be competitive. And I just hate that, you know? That's why I'm saying, like, just make your fucking art and, like, try to be who you are and be proud of it and just make sure you work hard. And that's all that matters. Like, being on top really is worthless because it doesn't mean anything anyway. It's not gonna make you happy. You know? Like, I don't like competition. Yeah, but you're number one in your head, though. Exactly! Nobody can beat me. No, but really, like, if you're, like, comfortable in yourself, then it really doesn't matter. Like, if somebody says something that might be funnier, or somebody's prettier, or I don't know. Like, I'm not very competitive, like, when it comes to, like, comedy, but a lot of people in the scene really are. And because they are, it makes me competitive, because I'm just like, fuck you. Because I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to, like, be like that about it. But because all these girls are, like, deeming me, like, super offensive, like, I just want to go out of my way to expose why they're not funny. So here you go. This is why women aren't funny, you guys. Women aren't funny because they don't want to, like, expose the part of themselves that they don't like. Women want you to see only what they want you to see. That's, like, you can't do that and be a comedian. Like, it's just, like, you're holding yourself back. You have to show them stuff that's embarrassing. You have to say things that, like, blow people's minds, you know? You guys want to watch something really disgusting? Speaking of that, shout out to Elijah Wood, because I know that you do this, Elijah. I know it because I read it and it turned me on, and I was like, well, it didn't really turn me on. It was just like, oh, that's cool that he does that too. So I'm like the female version of Elijah Wood, I think. Because I think Elijah Wood's probably a borderline personality because of his movie and music taste. I know this because I read about you, honey. And I totally had a crush on you back in the day. I don't remember what day, but it was back in the day. See what I just did there? I bit my toenail all the way off. I do that because I still don't know how to use toenail clippers. It's so weird because I'm not flexible at all, but for whatever reason, my mouth can reach my toes. And I think I just made my toe bleed. I did. Look at that. So sad. That's probably gonna hurt. Does it not hurt already? Yeah, it hurts. That hurt. I probably shouldn't have touched it. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, you bit it down way too far. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Do you want that vortex? Don't you want my toenail? You can have it. Oh no, I guess you lost it. That's okay. You lost it in the vortex. You just imagine like a toenail just dropping forever. Shit. Do not do it again. Do not. See, that's the thing. Like, once I start biting, like, I can't stop. It's really bad. So that's why I had to quit smoking, because, like, I just fucking chain smoke. Like, I'll like, kill an entire pack of cigarettes in, like, one sitting. And I won't do anything. Like, I'll just, like, sit there and talk to myself and smoke. So we had to quit. Okay, one more. Gross! Fuck off! That's not bad. There's an art to, like, biting your nails, you guys. There's an art to it. You can, like, shape your toenails the way that you want them to be shaped. I do that with my fingers sometimes, but it's easier to do with your toenails. I don't know why. Your toenails are a lot harder though. That's the thing. Cause like your fingernails are used to being chewed on all the time, but like your toenails, they have to wait. That's crazy though. Like, you know, when you die, like your nails just keep growing. Like, isn't that insane? Like when you die, like you stay hard. If you have a dick, like you get hard, and you shit. I figured everything out through 6 Feet Under. It's a good show. Shout out to my man, Mr. Alan Ball, one of my favorite writers ever. When I watched American Beauty, it like totally changed my life. Just want to let you know that. I watched that movie like every day. I was obsessed with it. And then I was obsessed with 6 Feet Under, even though it totally tanked. It tanked, but then they brought it back though. Like, it was really shitty for like a couple seasons, and then it was good again. Yeah. Alan Ball means a lot to me. He's probably a borderline. Yeah. Yeah. Figures.